Hello people that the house are doing today. I want to talk about the Irish Defence Force. I know it's a long time since I talked about, but I seen this article, and this is legit. I haven't been talking to any soldiers yet. Last time I was talking about with a soldier, so 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they never said about this because on Christmas Day they done a 24-hour shift. The majority of the soldiers, and they just got 30 € for it. I do not shit, but they did actually get 30 € for 24-hour shift on Christmas Day. Seriously, really, just they must be having a laugh, the government, because this is really a laugh, to be honest. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous that they're going to pay soldiers. If they're going to even have an army, why will you not pay soldiers like these men and women out in Lebanon, or out in Syria, even the Irish Navy out in the Mediterranean? They're risking their lives. It's not like they're going to a park and sitting down for 9 hours and doing fuck all. Like, they're doing things. They're out doing representing Ireland with the Irish Defence Forces, with the Irish flag and the jumper, representing us as a people, to show that they love their country and they're willing to die for it. And they do, and they want a tiny bit of money at the end of the week to give to their family. They get something for their children, something nice, something that they would like, and something that they will say that my father worked hard and served this country with honour on his greatest effort he ever put into anything. But no, the government don't seem to understand, and I don't think if Leo Varadkar worked in the army for 10 minutes, I say he would want out, because the money is that bad. The soldiers are on point, let me tell you. They really are very good soldiers. I have no doubt about it. But it's their leadership too. It's the high ranks of the army. Because it's the leader. Like, the one thing about the army is you have to have a good command. You have to have a commander-in-chief, a good commander-in-chief who knows how to do things, who knows how to use the skills to annoy an army, how to use modern tactics. Because the Irish probably tactics are a tiny bit behind other countries' tactics. I say even Iceland has a better tactics than us, and Iceland doesn't even have an army. That's really going to show you, because I say we have old generals who are just nagging about old skills. I know guerrilla warfare and all that would be good in different sort of things, but you have to, if the situation, like it, I know from I'm do a bit of military, how would have research and military things. The best thing to do is be out in the field along with your soldiers and be a tiny bit behind your soldiers and look at the situation, see what's going on. And then you're just like, right, this is not going to work. We can't full assault here. We have to go around, or we have to go, right, we have to hold our line here and maybe artillery strike them for a while. You know, like being in Dublin and ordering something from Dublin to Lebanon if something happened. Like, that's a joke, to be honest. Like, they probably don't even have a commander on that. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, coming to think of it, I think it's just bad leadership in the army, and it's just a combination of the government where they don't care about the army. They don't think it's necessary. That's I basically just said it. They don't think it's necessary, but I think it's necessary, because the people of 1916, the people of in World War Two, all our ancestors would have said in World War Two, in the time of the emergency, that they were happy to see local soldiers patrolling. They weren't doing much, but they were patrolling. Let's just put it that way. And the Irish Navy were on the mine vessels around Ireland, patrolling the seas and keeping watch for any invaders. Like, that's something that we probably need to take up again, because at that time it was like, we're not going to let any country invade our island. And that's really what the attitude was. Like, we are going to fight until the end, and we're not going to give up our island. And that's really what the attitude of everybody in Ireland was at that time. We're going to fight for our independence. And well, we already had our independence, but we're going to fight to be independent for as long as we can. So yeah, the Irish Defence Forces need to be upped. The pay needs to be definitely upped. And I do say to every soldier, I can understand why people leave the army. And people say to me, it's dishonourable discharge if they paid themselves in the army. And I'm like to them, in this country it's not dishonourable. and it's not dishonourable. My opinion isn't, because your country's Ireland is worth so much to me, but you have to think about this. If I had a child here, and I could barely afford to feed her or him, I would be like, the country has failed me. The state has failed me. I have to do something. If I have the money to buy myself out of the army, I have to do it and try and find some other job to feed my poor child. And I think that's a true soldier who would do something like that. That he would put another person in front of his service to his nation, which is really good. So it's not dishonourable, this charge, just to say then, but it's really honourable in this country if you just buy yourself out of the army until it gets better. I mean, it probably will get better in 50 years maybe. That's if anything even happens. That's probably, they did get a good boost in for equipment and all that. I understand that, but it's very bad to be honest. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe more and